Hey cousins, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be reacting to Baddie's Caribbean Reunion Part 1. Girl, let's get into it. So this episode starts with everybody arriving in their black truck. And it's just like, when are y'all going to switch things up? This is every reunion. So we see Diamond and Baddie, we see Scotland Ryan, we see Sapphire. Sapphire always look good. I don't care what nobody say. We then see Saucy. I liked everything but her pointy heels. I didn't like it. Asian doll, pretty plain Jane. Meatball, what am I saying? Her makeup was pretty. Easy, to me, Easy looked cute. Then we see Gretch. I like that orange on Gretch, but Gretch always looks sick. Then we see Kelly. Kelly's starting to get above herself, but we're going to get into that on another video, but I do like her bob. The His Squad. Everybody look good in the His Squad. That's the sad part. The His Squad be looking better than the main cast, always. Then we see Slim Too Bad. Girl, I forgot about you, girl. Go home. Now, one person I cannot stand is Miss Anna Mac, but I do love her hair. Next, we have Tink. One thing about Tink, when Tink got on some makeup, she is a pretty woman. But when that makeup come off, baby. Then we have Miss Tommy Psycho Lee. Girl, I don't know what they're doing to their faces, but everybody's doing the same thing because everybody's faces is starting to look the same. Next, we got Saucy Santana. Y'all, one thing about Saucy, he did his big one, being the host. Then we got Miss Natalie. No, y'all, I'm telling y'all, they all starting to look alike. So then we see Natalie sitting and she's smoking, and then Bobby goes into her trailer, and this is where this conversation comes from.
About you expressed to E.T. how up she was, how she made you feel, and how angry you were.
So that's how I'm gonna come with Tommy tonight.
So I was just, oh my
God,
wow. Is there any way you can come and say?
If she doesn't apologize immediately on the spot, and I'm gonna say, look in the camera, just like Tinkerbell said, look in the camera. I'm gonna say, look in the camera and apologize to my husband, apologize to my daughter, apologize to my family, and to all my fans, because you lied. You said.
Do you really think you're gonna get that apology out of Tommy?
If not, square up.
So then we see Tasiki, Biggie, and Anna, and Mariah later joins in, and they're sitting down and they're talking. Anna says she's on her period, so she wants everything to be over with already. It gave me that she was a little nervous because she knew that she had to go up against Nunu finally. So then we see Heaven and J.O. I don't remember this lady's name. I think it's like Dwindly or something like that, I guess. But she wasn't on the show for too long and she didn't do anything. So I don't remember her. Anyway, they all look nice. I like the colors in the hair, whatever. But Heaven said she was a fan favorite. They should have kept her, but they didn't. So oh well. So we see Gretchen, Nunu, Kiva, and Kelly. And so their conversation, basically Nunu was saying that Anna better stand on what she was talking about on the internet. We then see Natalie, we see Sapphire, we see Rolly, we see Agent, and we see Scotty. And so they're saying that basically everybody is going to try to get one up on them, basically try to squabble with them because people want to go viral. And it's just like, Natalie, cut it out. You're the only person that thinks like that. Just like you got Agent in the room with you and this is her first season. She should be in the room with everybody else whose first season it is. But you treat her better because you feel like she's up there. So then we see Saucy Santana, then we see Janiesha, and they're having a conversation. Y'all, they do the same thing every season in the same order. When are they going to switch it around? Anyway, they're both excited, and they're both ready to host. And then the show begins. So we see Bobby out in the audience. He's supposed to be the person that's hyping the audience up. So he's out there. He's introducing Janiesha. Janiesha comes walking out. Baby, Janiesha's dress was fire. I love the colors. I just like how it fit on her. She has a nice body type, everything. So boom, she sit down, she's talking, and then she brings out Saucy. Baby, Saucy came out with this black dress on with the one leg out. I said, oh, okay, sister. Okay. So then they started bringing all the girls out. So Janiesha had called Natalie out first, and then she called Scotty, but she didn't say Scotty with the body. She said Scotty. Scotty comes out like, oh, and don't forget the body. Janiesha gave her this look. If looks could kill, that girl would be laid out on that stage. So next they bring out Mariah, Jayla, Sapphire, Biggie, then it was Tasiki, then it was Kelly, then it was... So boom. Saucy starts off with all the good questions. He's like, yeah, so Jayla, he like, you kept fighting Gretchen for saying ninja, ninja, ninja. He like, but Mariah was on Love and Hip Hop, and she was saying it too in so many words. Why you ain't do nothing to her, sis? And I do have to be honest, when Mariah was called out, Saucy gave Mariah this old nasty look. I don't know, y'all. I pay attention to body language, and I feel like they was talking about Saucy Santana when they found out that he was the host. I feel like they had something to say about that, and they didn't like him, because when he asked Jayla that question, Jayla had gave him some type of, like, attitude with that big egg head of hers. Like, she was like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Anyway, Jayla goes to answer the question, and Janiesha cuts her off, basically saying, like, Gretchen is not here to defend herself, so let's wait on that. So Jayla is like, okay, I'll touch back on that, but she does confront Mariah, basically saying that Mariah was sitting in some type of truck. I don't know, I didn't see this, when Mariah decided that she wanted to use the N-word, and she had her Baddie chain on, so it was recent. So when Jayla was like, you were sitting in the truck, Mariah corrects her and says, in a Bentley. Had that would have been Gretchen, Jayla would have been over that couch. So she was like, it's like a slap in the face to her friends because they are black. And so Mariah does cut her off and says as well that her sister is black. And it's just like, Mariah, go to hell. Mariah is one of the girls that's getting stuff done to her face, and you could tell because her face doesn't even have any emotion. It's stuck on one setting. So Janiesha cuts them off again, and she's like, look, we're going to put a pin in this conversation. We'll revisit it when Gretchen comes out. Anyway, she says, I promise to bring out somebody else, and then she brings out Bianca. So when Bianca comes out, she begins to walk slow out, and the crowd just starts booing her. And I'm just like, what? Y'all ain't do that for nobody else. That's petty. So when Bianca sits down, they do kind of like a flashback of what happened with her and Sapphire, how she came into dinner hugging Mariah, she hugged Natalie, and then she went at Sapphire. So Janiesha looks at Bianca and said, well, you know, what was your purpose of doing that? So Bianca basically says because she only came on the show to stand on business for Mariah because of what happened last season with Suki and Sapphire. She was like that. Basically, Mariah was calling her from Jamaica, talking about everybody turned on her, nobody stood on business for her. So she came on the cast and she did that. So Mariah basically cuts her off, basically stating that she came on there to get a bag. She didn't come on there for her. And so she's like, of course I came on here to get a bag. Like, I got a son, I got bills. Come on now. So while Bianca is talking, she's making all these noises. And she's like, don't say nothing because we can run it. So then Sapphire, she started asking questions. She's like, Mariah, why would you tell Bianca that we would have an issue if we squashed everything? So Mariah stiff-faced self decides that she wants to lie and say that she did tell Bianca that everything was squashed. And it's just like, girl, the text messages is right in front of your damn face. Now, I must say, Sapphire is iconic for this one, sister girl. She hit the... Now, why would we have a problem, Mariah, just like you decided to talk about Tasiki in the text message? The thought of that, like just the thought of it, scares the hell out of Mariah. So she jumps up and she runs over and she forgets about Bianca, but she's trying to plead her case to Tasiki and say that it's fake. Like she lost her memory. And just like that, she was able to let her guard down due to her fear for Tasiki. Because she was so scared of what Tasiki was going to say or do, she ran over there trying to plead her case, and Bianca was able to get one up on her. So Meatball and Tasiki is yelling, basically trying to warn Mariah that Bianca was coming. But my thing is, y'all ain't do nothing. Like, y'all could have just pushed her out the way, or y'all could have grabbed her from, did something. So after fight one, Bianca decides that she wants to take Mariah's wig and give it to somebody in the audience. But Bobby got it back. And so he gets on the stage with the wig on. Like, Bobby, go sit down. Oh, yeah, y'all. While Bianca was tearing her new behind, Sapphire was like, yeah, clock that T. So I'm guessing Sapphire don't like Mariah no more. And it felt good because this whole season, everybody turned on Bianca due to the fact that Mariah lied. So I'm guessing once Mariah seen that she was leaking, she came back out for round 2. So when she did round 2, she lost that one too. Okay? So Biggie was right there. I don't know if she was trying to intervene or what, but Sapphire was like, look, Biggie, move out the way. So afterwards, security is grabbing Bianca. Bianca is like, get off me. Then we see them outside. Mariah is talking about, yeah, that's why I beat you up, and that's why I did this, and that's why I did that. And it's just like, girl, here we go with the delusion. Where? So then Mariah begins to threaten production. Oh, if y'all don't get these cameras on my face, I'm leaving. I'm not doing another season. Da-da-da-da. It's just like, Mariah, babe, you can't even make them calls. Like, baby, you need them. They don't need you. So then everybody comes back to the stage and sit down. Meanwhile, Saucy was about to clock Biggie's tea, but Bianca interrupted him, and that pissed me off because it's just like, Bianca, I understand you got something to say, but it's not that deep. So Saucy is basically trying to clock Biggie like, y'all ganged up on her. Biggie starts telling this story, talking about, no, me and Meat, we was looking at her goggles, and we was like, yeah, there's some nice goggles, and we wanted them. Girl, stop. So Bianca basically said the same thing over and over again. She was basically saying that she never had an issue with Sapphire. She was like, Natalie was mad because Natalie wanted for Bianca to be around everybody because she messed with Sapphire and Bianca, but she couldn't because they had to separate them. So she was like, she never got a chance to really bond with the girls because of that. She didn't even get a chance to do Baddie shot o'clock. So once she said that, it's like Natalie was like a deer in headlights. She's like, what? Baddie shot o'clock. She jumps up. She has her red cup in her purse. I don't know how. And she just starts doing it. Baddie shot o'clock. Baddie shot o'clock. Natalie wants to be a Kardashian so bad. So Kelly and Natalie, they have their back and forth or whatever about the HBIC. Natalie needs to retire, blah, blah, blah. And so Natalie said that basically that post was written the day before that Kelly came in. So, she felt some type of way. And so Kelly was like, no, she was like, she deleted it because of that. She didn't want Natalie to feel no type of way because Natalie didn't know her. So here go the dramatics. Natalie talking about, I was like, dang, I really like her. I wanted her to be on the show. And so Kelly was like, no, you didn't. You didn't want me to be on the show. You didn't even know who I was. That's what you said. So Natalie's looking stupid. Like, I mean, I knew you, but I didn't know you like that. But Kelly does apologize, and then they move on. Alright, so boom. The next incident was with Biggie, Jayla, and Natalie. So apparently, Natalie and Jayla, they was on live when somebody decided to ask who won a fight between Biggie and Rolly. And they decided to say that Rolly won. So apparently that hurt apparently that hurt Biggie's feelings. But instead of Biggie coming for Natalie, she came for Jayla, and she said she was going to slap her. So when they seen each other, that's what happened. It went down. So Natalie decides to be the bigger person and apologize because she said she is the boss and she understood how they hurt Biggie. However, Jayla wasn't going for that. Jayla was like, but you knew she was wrong and you still decided to come for me. And so they was like, well, it is what it is, whatever. So Jayla, she starts talking into her mic and she says that Biggie got on Beyonce's internet and said she was going to slap her. Well, Biggie decided to do the same thing. And she talked into her mic and said, and she did. She slapped her. And Jayla says, and you got your A-whoop. But Jayla wants to know if Biggie wants to run it back. She said, if you want to run it, we can run it. And so y'all already know how Biggie is. She's not fighting nobody. Bobby even got the live audience talking about fight. So Natalie, she stands up and she says, but you know who I do want to fight? She says, I do want to fight Teddy because he be talking. So Sapphire, she chimes in like, yeah, I don't like Teddy Fede or whatever. But Jayla, she gets up and she stands in front of Biggie and she confronts her about her podcast. She's like, you get on your podcast and you're talking a whole bunch of junk and saying that Teddy said it, but those are your thoughts because Teddy is not real. And it's just like, wow, Jayla, did you unlock something? We didn't know that. Wow. Peep gang. The whole entire time Jayla was standing up in front of Biggie, Meatball was standing up. So if Jayla would have swung on Biggie, Meatball would have swung on Jayla. I did not see it at first, but now I do. So next person they called out was Tommy. So Tommy was backstage already talking to Bobby. And so he was like, oh, they're calling Tommy right now. He was like, somebody get the last touches on, her face or whatever. Trying to be smart. And it's just like, really? You got the nerve. But one thing she was not doing is playing with him. Because she just started swinging on it. Stop playing with me, Bobby. Stop playing with me. So it's just like a whole bunch of chaos going on backstage. And to me, it gives like Tommy was trying to stall. She really didn't want to go out there yet. Or she really didn't want to go out there by herself. But like she had to. So anyway, Natalie turns around to her guard dogs and says, please be quiet and let me do the talking on this one. And I was like, what? Like, I talk to my kids like that. Are you serious? You going to talk to two grown women like that? All right. So Tommy finally comes out. And I'm just looking at Tommy's face and her lips. And it's just like everybody has that stuff in their lips. And it looks horrible. Everybody has the same face. It looks terrible. But anyway, she goes over to the audience. And she's like, gang. What's up, gang? What's up, gang? Love, 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 love. What's up, gang? I F with y'all, gang. And once again, it's the cringiness because she is trying to stall. She doesn't want to get on the stage with Natalie because she doesn't know what Natalie is going to do. So she finally makes her way over to the people and she gives Janiesha a hug. She gives Saucy a hug. And then she like stands in front of Natalie with a little bit of gap, a little bit of room. And so Natalie stands up and she's like, what's up, Nat? And so she was like, what's up, Tommy? And then they hugged. And I was, okay. But I been knew that neither one of them really wanted to do that. So when they hugging, she's like, yeah, we got a lot of stuff to address. She like, yeah, but Tommy like, we got a lot of money together. Natalie talking about, whoa, yeah, we did get a lot of money together. And I was just like, let's keep making money. Natalie is so dramatic. Like, what was the whoa for? Whoa. Like, what was that? Y'all, I could not. So Tommy sits down when they do put on a preview of when Tommy did the entrance with the horse or whatever. So Janiesha asks Natalie, like, you know, how did she feel about the horse situation? She was like, it was epic. So basically, y'all all admitted that y'all was some haters because y'all said that she was copying. But all right, let's keep it moving. All right, so boom. Saucy says, okay, let's bring out Slim Too Bad and Tinkerbella. Now, mind you, Tinkerbella did not like Saucy as a host because when she came out, this man makes this noise. He was like, woo! So Tank comes out. She gives Natalie a hug. She goes right over to Meatball. Meatball goes right over to her. And they both like, you know, come on. And they get to, you know, doing their big one. Now, I do notice that Tank tries to use her weight. She does not really hit too much, but she does use her weight and she tries to wrestle. And because Meatball is big as well, it wasn't going down. She wasn't able to get her down like she got Dominant Baddie down. So to me, it looked like it was a tie. It was a tie, and then it was Meatball. So then Slim Too Bad and Meatball, they go at it. And it's awkward because Slim Too Bad is really tall and Meatball is smaller. So I don't know. I just feel like neither one of them did anything. And then Jayla with all these Karate Kid antics and all this nonsense and this two-finger come on type. Like, girl, sit your dumb ass down. You had all this time to go at it with Meatball. You could have squabbled with Meatball a long time ago, but you wait until two other people squabble with her to want to squabble. Girl. So while Jayla and Meatball was going at it, Tommy intervenes by saying, y'all should do a tag in. When the sister gets tired, tag the sister in. So Tank cuts Tommy off and was like, I'm not riding for her, bro. I'm not riding for her, bro. And then she proceeds to go at it with Meatball again. So Meatball ran all of them face. And it still looked like she put Tank down. So I don't know, y'all. Y'all comment down below. Let me know who y'all think won each and every fight. I'll see y'all down below, and then I'll see y'all in the next video.